Everyone praises the strong one, the reliable one, the person who always gets things done, and the one everyone can count on. But nobody talks about what it costs, because being the strong one often means carrying things you were never supposed to carry alone. In today's episode, we're talking about the hidden burden of being the person everyone relies on, and why your biggest strength might actually be what's holding your business back. What if the thing you're most proud of is actually the thing that's keeping you stuck? The fact you're reliable, capable, dependable, the person who always finds a way, the one who always figures it out and everyone comes to when something goes wrong. It sounds like a compliment, doesn't it? And sometimes it can be, but sometimes it's also the reason you're exhausted. So hello and welcome back to Streamline and Shine. I'm Steff from Bolton Virtual Solutions, and today we're talking about something I think a lot of business owners, particularly women, need to hear. Because being the strong one sounds great on paper until you're carrying an entire business on your shoulders, until everyone depends on you, until you realise you've become the solution to every problem, and that's when being strong starts becoming expensive. Most of us didn't become the strong one overnight. We've probably been this person for years, maybe even decades, at school, at work, in friendships, in relationships, in our families. We're the organiser, the fixer, the helper, the one who remembers everything, the one who keeps everything moving and ticking along, the one who makes sure everyone else is okay. And because we're good at it, people just keep giving us more. Like more responsibility, problems, decisions, expectations, and eventually we stop questioning whether we should be carrying it all and we just do it. But the problem is that strength becomes an identity, so you become known as the person who can handle everything. And after a while, asking for help feels uncomfortable. Delegating, for example, feels uncomfortable. Letting go feels uncomfortable, not because you can't do it, but because you've spent years proving that you don't need to. So you tell yourself it'll be quicker if I do it. I'll sort it. Don't worry, I've got it. And before you know it, you're running a business where everybody relies on you, including you. So this is where it gets really interesting, because on the surface, it looks like a workload problem, but often it's an identity problem. You don't trust people to handle client inquiries because you're the one who's always done it. You don't hand over admin because you know where everything is. You don't fully step away from marketing because nobody knows your business like you do. You don't let go of social media because you're worried it won't sound like you. You don't fix the systems because you're too busy firefighting the consequences of not having them. And slowly, without meaning to, you become the bottleneck. Not because you're incapable of delegating. I do just want to stress that. This has got nothing to do with you being incapable. But it's because you've just become comfortable being needed. Now, this is the bit that might sting a bit. So being needed actually feels good. It feels important, valuable, useful. But like I say, it also comes with a cost. Because if everybody needs you, nobody can move without you. So you become like the approval process, the decision maker, the answer provider, the safety net. And suddenly taking a day off just feels impossible. You spend holidays checking emails. You spend evenings catching up. You spend weekends thinking about Monday. Not because the business is broken, but because you've accidentally trained everybody to come to you first. So the strongest business owners are not the ones carrying everything. They're the ones building businesses that don't require them to carry everything. And that doesn't mean that you need to disappear completely, by the way. It means you're just creating support system around you. So that might be things like systems, processes, ownership, trust. It just means recognizing that your value isn't in doing everything. Your value is in leading. Because the truth is, your clients don't need you answering emails at 10 p.m. Your team don't need you making every decision. I'm sure they're perfectly capable. Your business doesn't need another exhausted version of you. It needs space, it needs structure, it needs support. And sometimes the strongest thing you can do is stop being the strong one all the time. So this week, I want you to notice how many times you say to yourself or to your team or to a family member, whoever it might be, oh, I'll just do it. I want you to count how many times you say it. Every single time, I want you to write it down, because I guarantee at the end of the week, you're going to be shocked. And then ask yourself, do I really need to do this? Or have I simply become used to being the person who just does it? Because they're very different things. So if today's episode felt personal, that's because it probably was. Being the strong one isn't a flaw, it's a strength. But strengths become weaknesses when we rely on them too heavily. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, stretched too thin, or like everything in your business depends on you, it's not going to be because you're failing. It might simply be because you've been carrying too much for too long. So here's your reminder that you don't have to earn your worth through exhaustion. You don't have to prove your value by carrying everything. And you certainly don't have to build a business that relies on you every minute of every day. Strongest thing you can do might just be letting somebody else help. So that's it for today. I'll see you in the next episode. And until then, keep streamlining and shining. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Streamline and Shine. If you have questions on what we covered inside, please feel free to reach out to us on Instagram at Bolton_virtual_solutions, or you can email us at teambolton@boltonvirtualsolutions.co.uk. We absolutely love hearing from our amazing community and are always here to support you. If you'd like to be interviewed on a future episode, please drop us an email letting us know which topic you'd like to speak about and we'll get back to you. See you on the next episode, lovelies.